reject the status quo. Brightest when we overcome stereotypes. It seldom comes easy, but we are always striving. By seeking novel solutions and choosing action over delay, we will travel new paths, explore new mindsets, shatter expectations. Because our mission is clear. Pursue success fearlessly. Innovate always. From now on, discover greatness.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2021 College of Arts and Science Annual Recognition Ceremony. Please rise as we proudly present the undergraduate degree students. We now present the 2021 Master Degree students. The distinguished faculty of the College of Arts and Science. Ladies and gentlemen, presiding over our ceremony, Dr. Chris Makaroff, Dean of the College of Arts and Science, accompanied by Miami President Dr. Greg Crawford, University Ambassador Dr. Renata Crawford, and members of the Platform Party. Please remain standing and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem.
Please be seated. Good evening and welcome to the College of Arts and Science recognition ceremony. It's thrilling to have everyone here in person after such a challenging year. Thank you all for being here today and for following our safety protocols as we celebrate the accomplishments of our students and show our appreciation for the many people who have touched our lives in such profound ways. We are honored today to have with us President Greg and Dr. Renata Crawford and video remarks from Carolyn Jefferson-Jenkins. To welcome everyone and recognize our remarkable graduates, it is now my pleasure to introduce Miami University's 22nd President, Dr. Greg Crawford.
Thank you.
All right. Greetings and congratulations. And on behalf of the faculty, staff, administration, and the entire Miami community, welcome to Miami University's 182nd commencement exercises. Thank you for joining us on this special day, a day that culminates a truly remarkable year, and it's just great to be with all of you live and in person. As a physicist, I'm going to do a little experiment and kind of measure the outcome here. You had your class, the other half of the CAS class here in the afternoon, and I'm just going to see if you guys are louder or not. So if you're able, please stand, and let's give this remarkable class a big round of applause. You clearly won. Well, let's begin the ceremony tonight by recognizing the original stewards of this land, the Myaamia and the Shawnee people. You will find in your program our land acknowledgement. Please read it and reflect upon it. And to our graduates, the ink pen that you received today displays the Myaamia Heritage logo, the symbol and reminder of the partnership of the mutual respect and learning between the Miami tribe of Oklahoma and Miami University. And today, it is a great pleasure to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2021. You have experienced college in a way that no class before has ever known, and likely no class in the future will ever experience again. You were here last year for the abrupt transition to remote learning and all of its chaos and novelty that happened. And despite that uncertainty, you have been patient, flexible, and triumphant during this unprecedented time. Your unwavering courage kept you on the path that led to this moment. We We admire your perseverance and your fortitude. What you experienced has built strength and characteristics that will carry you through the rest of your life. You have been challenged in ways you could not have imagined even a short few years ago. And this unique dimension of your education has empowered you to lead in the post-COVID world. You now have the ability to excel in several areas that will impact your community and the world. And tonight, I'd like to make a few quick points on change, technology, and community. You are now experts in managing change and living with ambiguity. You have learned the importance of character and have gained the intellect to navigate the unknown. And you know, when data is insufficient, the quality of decisions depends on staying true to your values and mission. Change will continue to accelerate in the world, and you are all prepared for it. And leveraging technology is now your superpower. The pandemic increased the use of technology, including remote learning and Zoom meetings, in ways that will alter education and business forever. You have witnessed the full spectrum of this transformation. You will live, work, and thrive in a diverse world of Industry 4.0, where the convergence of human and technological elements will continue to increase. And because of your education, you are equipped to ensure that progress is ethical, humane, equitable, and just. And building an inclusive community is the capstone of the Miami University degree. The pandemic made clear the reality that the health of each of us depends on the health of all of us. It amplified what you already know, that we are all interconnected. And you'll leave with some skills to be compassionate, creative, and courageous leaders, passionate allies and advocates who spark change and build inclusivity in your communities. This past year has been extraordinarily challenging for everyone, but it was that Miami spirit, our sense of unity, our experience of camaraderie that held us together. We found that unity and strength as one Miami in one of the most challenging times in our history. And with that unity, we overcame. And with that unity, we found power and camaraderie in our differences. And with that unity, we'll flourish in the future. And as our newest alumni, you are now part of a thriving global and diverse network of Miamians who support each other and collectively celebrate the successes from all around the world. As you embark on the next chapter of your life, remember the values that you learned and practiced at Miami, and be confident that your Miami family will always be here to uplift you. Congratulations on this momentous achievement, class of 2021. You are and will always be Miami. Love and honor. You guys look fantastic. It looks great out there. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Renata Crawford, a physics professor and our university ambassador who's been a positive presence in the lives of our Miami students. Renata is going to give you a little talk today and introduce our speaker. Welcome, Renata.
All right, it is awesome to have you out here and to be here in person with your families. Congratulations. And Greg and I had the opportunity to walk around a little bit in the stands before you made it to the field, and man, are your families proud of you. They are literally beaming. So give them a good wave, okay? Because they're looking for you out there. Because just like us, they know that there is something special about Miamians that they hold deep inside, intangibles that cannot be measured, like courage, unity, and magnanimity. Greg and I have seen you volunteering in the Oxford community and far beyond. We have seen you performing scholarly research in the libraries and laboratories, and even in the field. And our graduate students tackled some of the biggest challenges of our time. We have seen you sing, act, perform, play, and express yourselves on stage and on our athletic fields. We have seen you travel the world, maybe not so much recently, And take that Miami spirit with you wherever you go. We have witnessed your talent in the classroom and leadership and compassion in the community. We want to also thank you for all of those contact tracers among you. If there's any contact tracers here, please stand up, because man, you made a difference. Thank you. We have also seen you give it your all at our Move boot camps and spin-in movies, and some of you helped to train Ivy and Newton, although Newton is still a work in progress, so please do come back for that. You have accomplished so much while at Miami, and we are certain that you will blaze new trails for years to come. Our speaker today, Dr. Carolyn Jefferson-Jenkins, has blazed such trails. Dr. Jefferson-Jenkins is a 1974 Western College for Women graduate who began her career as a public schools teacher and administrator. While teaching was her vocation, her calling was community-based activism. In 1988, she was elected as the 15th national president of the League of Women Voters, serving 2 terms and also chairing the League of Women's Voters Education Fund. Under her leadership, the League passed the Bipartisan Campaign Reform Act, which closed the most significant loopholes in campaign finance regulation at the time. She also led a charge to focus on local elections while increasing the number of voters who participated in all elections. With the League of Women Voters, Jefferson-Jenkins was instrumental in the Get Out the Vote campaign, and later the Wired for Democracy project. In recognition of her dedicated efforts to advance justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion, Dr. Jefferson-Jenkins was awarded Miami's Freedom Summer of '64 Award. The award is named to honor, remember, and recognize the site at Western College for Women, now part of Miami's Western Campus, where hundreds of young Americans trained in 1964 to register Black voters in the South. It is now my pleasure and honor to call your attention to the video display for remarks by Dr. Carolyn Jefferson-Jenkins.
President Crawford, members of the Board of Trustees, members of the faculty and staff, my fellow honoraries, and most especially to the graduates, thank you very much for such a warm welcome. It is a great honor for me to have been selected to give the commencement address during this long-awaited commencement weekend. I'm delighted to be able to speak to such an impressive group of graduates in this new normal, though I miss the excitement of being there in person. Well, you made it. This is your moment, but not yours alone. You share it with the family, friends, supporters, and even haters that motivated you to get to this point. Today is a day filled with the history of this moment of achievement when you get the recognition that you earned. Pat yourselves on the back. This is one of many memorable moments you will have in life. When you look back in 50 years, as I am doing today, you will reflect on the love of family and friends, of Miami University encircling you and cheering you on. You will find reassurance in the legacy to love, honor, learn. I carry on the legacy of Western College for Women and now Miami University. I am forever tied to Oxford, Ohio, committed to following my passion and sense of purpose as I persevere to make this world a better place. I'm honored that the leadership at Miami thought that my career of public service, rooted in my experiences here, could serve to inspire you as you undertake this next phase of your life's journey. My message is supposed to be inspirational, but I want to make it aspirational as well. I asked myself what advice I could give that will have any influence on you at all. When I sat where you sit today, I was in the midst of the greatest social revolution this nation has ever witnessed. The 1960s and 70s was a time of political and social change unprecedented in its impact on society, until today. The events that influenced my life, Sputnik, a man walking on the moon, the transistor radio and color television, women working outside the home and in roles other than secretary, teacher, nurse, or librarian, brought about many unforeseen possibilities. It was just a few years after the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which brought to the fore a need for a national reckoning with racial injustice, which still exists. In all honesty, I don't remember what the commencement speaker said, and many of you won't either. But just for the next few minutes, I want you to put aside the excitement, the anxiety, and open your heads and hearts to what I am about to say. And if you don't remember it, you can always Google it later, an opportunity that I didn't have, and relive the moment. I hope that you will. When the Jefferson family station wagon with the rear seat facing backwards rounded the corner on Route 27 for the first time in 1970 and entered the gates of Western College for Women, an entrance which no longer exists, my excited anticipation turned to angst. While I was aware of what was occurring in the world, it seemed somewhat removed from my day-to-day existence. But my 17-year-old world was about to change forever. I had no idea how big my world was about to become. As the first person in my family to attend college, I didn't know what to expect. I had a firm belief that education was the great social equalizer, as did my parents. Despite the fact that my mother had a 4th grade education and my father an 8th grade education, they knew they wanted better for their children. College was a dream, one that was about to become a reality. So I entered this strange world with people from lives far different from mine, lives I'd never been exposed to. What a difference. What a responsibility. What an opportunity. My most cherished memories in Oxford were when we gathered to be inspired, to create anarchy, to be challenged, and engage in civil disobedience. Yes, all right here on the Miami campus. And 4 years later, when the Jefferson station wagon turned onto Route 27 for the final time in May of 1974, my 21-year-old world had been expanded. A tremendous journey was about to begin. You are embarking upon a similar journey today. As you prepare for this moment, I am sure you have heard many cliches. You've been told that you are the creators of a new normal. You have been told that a degree is a badge of honor. You've been told that you are entering the adult world at a time of unparalleled uncertainty. You've been told that the creativity of this class will shine. You are now being told that the world needs you, and it does. If you remember nothing else, remember this. You were made for a moment like this. Sometimes you will find the moment, and sometimes the moment will find you. But in either instance, you are eminently prepared. The Miami experience has empowered you to seek your passion and purpose. It has instilled in you a sense of global responsibility. It has allowed you to succeed and to fail, to deal with the challenges of a global pandemic, remote learning, virtual events, a reckoning with social and racial injustice. This commencement is a testament to the fact that despite any adversity, you have risen to the occasion with purpose and intention. You will always remember this celebration and reflect upon it at different moments in your life when the uncertainty in the world causes you to question everything around you, every success, every perceived failure, every high, every low. I challenge you, I dare you to continue to use your unique talents in the places where you will show up, in the streets, in the boardrooms, in the halls of justice, in the legislature, in the neighborhoods, in the schools, in your actions, in your head, in your heart. I want to leave you with an excerpt from Robert F. Kennedy's Day of Affirmation speech to the National Union of South African Students at the University of Cape Town, South Africa on June 6, 1966, on what the university called a day of reaffirmation of academic and human freedom. I selected this quote because of its relevance today. It is often referred to as a ripple of hope. And Kennedy said, "Few will have the greatness to bend history, but each of us can work to change a small portion of the events. And in the total of all these acts will be written the history of this generation. Each time a man, the pronoun of the times, stands up for an ideal, or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope, and crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current which can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance." This is your day of reaffirmation. You are the new keepers of our great American dream. Every time you remember the legacy and lessons of Miami University to love, honor, learn, and commit to carry them with you as you take the next step in your journey. Every time you ignite your inner activist. Every time you expose social and racial injustice and go about the business of eradicating it. Every time that you overcome adversity as you have done this past year. Every time you make an intentional decision to make this world a better place. Every time you make courage more contagious than fear. Every time you seize the moment when life gives you an opportunity. Every time you relive the Miami experience, you reaffirm that you are made for a moment like this. By accepting the degree that you received today, you acknowledge that this is what you are called to do, to expand the ripple of hope. To the class of 2021, congratulations. I leave the fate of the world in your hands, and I am confident that it will be better because of you. Go forth and do great things. Thank you.
We are grateful to Dr. Carolyn Jefferson-Jenkins for providing those inspiring remarks, and thank you President Crawford and Dr. Crawford for helping open today's ceremony. The Crawfords actually have 10 commencements this weekend, plus numerous other events. So we're going to let them cut out right now and rest their voices, and let's have everyone wave them and thank them for joining us. This is a great day for the 1,407 College of Arts and Science bachelor's graduates and 233 master's graduates of the class of 2021. We are thrilled to acknowledge that 232 of our graduates are receiving 2 or more degrees, including those students who have earned both a bachelor's and master's degree through our combined bachelor's-master's program. This is a special time when we get to recognize the many accomplishments of our students who have worked hard for 4 and yes, sometimes 5 years to attain the worthy goal of a Miami education. Graduates, during your time at Miami, you have accomplished much and made a lasting impact on your fellow students, the faculty, and the university overall. Before you leave Miami and head off to make your mark on the world, let's take a moment to celebrate your accomplishments. Faculty, parents, families, friends, and all the guests of our graduates, please join me in recognizing our graduates. The class of 2021 is a very impressive one, and one we will long remember. We have had the good fortune to spend the last 4 years with you, although part of it was virtual, getting to know you both, teaching and learning from you and helping you develop into the graduates that we are all very proud of. In spite of the challenges we all encountered over the past year, students of the College of Arts and Science have again distinguished themselves both within the university and nationally by receiving numerous prestigious awards as evidence of their perseverance, accomplishments, and successes. We don't have time to name and recognize everyone's accomplishments, but let me give you just a few. The class of 2021 includes a Goldwater Scholar for excellence in mathematics and natural sciences and engineering, 2 Beckman Scholars where Miami is one of only a few select institutions nationwide to receive such an award this year. 3 U.S. State Department Critical Language Scholars, including 1 alternate. 6 Gilman International Scholars plus 2 alternates. 11 Fulbright Scholar semifinalists. 6 Provost Student Academic Achievement Awards, and 11 President's Distinguished Service Awards. We are all very proud of your accomplishments, and we thank you for choosing to pursue your education at Miami and be part of the College of Arts and Science. You have challenged each other, you have challenged your faculty, and made all of our lives more exciting and enjoyable. At this time, I would like to recognize several groups of people. First, we have 485 students who are graduating with distinction or honors. This information is listed in the back of your program. We have 133 students graduating with university honors and 78 with departmental honors. 455 of our students are graduating with Latin honors. 249 are graduating cum laude, 115 magna cum laude, and 91 are graduating summa cum laude with a GPA of at least 3.95. With the students who are graduating cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude, and those graduating with university or department honors, please stand for our special recognition. Please be seated. Next, the families of our graduates deserve our special recognition for their unconditional support of our students. Would the parents, spouses, children, and families of the graduates please stand and receive our recognition and thanks for your unwavering support of our students. Please be seated. Next are the people who have contributed so much to the education of our students, the distinguished faculty of Miami University. It is with great pride that I ask the faculty of the College of Arts and Science to stand and be recognized for their outstanding contribution to today's graduates. Please be seated. Next, let me introduce our platform party. I will ask each person to stand in turn to be recognized by the audience. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. On my right, Dr. Renee Berenstein, Professor of History and a Senior Associate Dean. Dr. Steve Wright, Professor of Statistics and Associate Dean. Carolyn Craig, Director of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging. Henry Roach, a graduating senior majoring in philosophy, English literature. He is also a minor in women's, gender, and sexuality studies and a 2019-2020 Jefferson Family Fellow. Carola Olison, Director of the American Culture and English Program. On my left, Dr. Michael Crowder, Professor of Chemistry, Associate Provost and Dean of the Graduate School. Janie Camara, a graduating senior majoring in Black World Studies and Individualized Studies. She is President of Associated Student Government and former President of the Diversity Affairs Council and is also today's student speaker. Dr. Pat Haney, Professor of Political Science and Associate Dean. Ted Peters, Assistant Dean. Aiden Johnson, a graduating honors student majoring in statistics and co-majoring in analytics. She was also the co-president of the student organization StatHawks, and Dr. Stephen Littman, Professor of Sociology and Gerontology. This comprises our platform party. Finally, I would also like to recognize and thank our 2 American Sign Language interpreters, Stephanie Terry and Jessica Lerman. It It is now my great pleasure to introduce our student commencement speaker. Janie Camara is a graduating senior from Columbus, Ohio, majoring in Black World Studies and Individualized Studies, Diversity and Leadership. Janie describes herself as a first-generation student and American who is passionate about increasing inclusive spaces to ensure that students are connected and have educational experiences that create a sense of belonging in the Miami community. This passion has allowed her to work as a researcher and panelist on the historical anti-racist education initiative, Racial Consciousness 101. During her 4 years at Miami, Janie has been an active and passionate student leader, taking on a variety of roles. She was elected to the 2021 Student Body President of the Associated Student Government, where she is focused on connecting with, educating, and empowering her fellow students during the COVID-19 pandemic. In addition, Janie has served as the 2019 President of the Diversity Affairs Council, where she focused on peer mentorship and work with marginalized communities. She has also been a Global Initiative Student Ambassador and a member of the Miami University Treblemakers a cappella group. Earlier this spring, she was a 2021 recipient of the President's Distinguished Service Award. In an interview last October, Janie spoke about the importance of engaging with different kinds of people to be an effective leader. She said you have to switch it up and change it up and get different groups and audiences and different demographics to understand your message and understand who you are and what you want to change. While all of us at the College of Arts and Science are very interested in seeing what kinds of positive change Janie creates as she embarks on the new chapter of her life. Please join me in welcoming Janie Camara.
Wow. Hi, everyone. Hey, Mom and Dad, Joanna, this one's for you. Thank you, Dean Markoff. Welcome, friends, family, and those tuning in from home to Miami University. I'm thrilled and deeply honored by this opportunity to share such a special and exciting moment with all of you today, as we are celebrating the accomplishments, the hardships, and the overall journey of the class of 2021. Graduations are weird. Obviously, it's a moment to celebrate our strength of overcoming challenging classes and unique experiences that pushed us past our limits. But it's weird to me because people are both extremely sad and anxious about their time at Miami coming to an end, and are extremely excited for the future that holds for them. It's so bittersweet, and especially after this year, surreal. Although I find graduations to be this odd mix of feelings, it is still an emotional moment, as on this day, I'll be the first in my family to graduate from college with 2 degrees. As a Sierra Leonean American and a daughter of immigrants, I came to college with the goal of understanding myself and the world around me. But what both of these degrees have taught me was the importance of giving back to the community to receive love and honor. Love and honor is not only about supporting each other, but knowing how to empower others by accepting and appreciating their life stories. At Miami, we are surrounded by so many strong and passionate and driven people who have had a hand in growing and strengthening this community. This pandemic has deepened our investment in the success of Miamians by encouraging us to lean upon each other while inspiring others to courageously care. We learned and shared new and innovative ways to create educational moments. We were selfless and dedicated to the excellence of our friends and family. But most importantly, we were open to the idea of change and adjusted swiftly because we are resilient. Strong mentors, students, and family members before us have served us, leading to the success we needed to tackle our journey after Miami, which we passed on to those after us, bringing a new meaning to the phrase forever and a day. Our impact on this campus, no matter the scale, has left a lasting impact on this community to where Miami University is an entirely different place from when each of us stepped foot on campus during our first year. The pandemic forced us to slow down as a community and receive this amazing gift and blessing called time. Time is as precious as a Sierra Leonean diamond. It is this one-time use ticket that we blindly punch, not knowing how much of it we have. It is priceless. Now, I know that none of us will be able to recreate the memorable experiences at Miami, the late nights at King, the early mornings at Bagel and Deli, and the numerous of times we've almost stepped on the seal. But we do leave here with one special thing: a community of Miamians that stretch beyond the eye can see. So as I look out onto this field of red caps and gowns, it is time for us to take a deep breath. And now take an actual deep breath. It's time for us to carry away the meaning of community, because community is all we have. And it is time for us to create spaces of unconditional love, support, and healing. My challenge to you is this: stay connected with one another, be a mentor to future Miamians, and be authentic and passionate with every step you take moving forward. Thank you, Miami, for a lifetime. I'm gonna start crying. I got through the speech and I'm gonna start crying. Thank you, Miami, for a lifetime of friends, family, and memories. And congratulations to the class of 2021. We did it. Thank you.
Thank you, Janie. We wish you the best. The major and most important focus of our ceremony today is to recognize our graduates. Shortly, we will ask our graduates to come forward, receive a diploma cover, have their names read, and cross the stage to receive our congratulations. Now, this is important. I'm certain that as your graduate's name is read, you may feel like cheering and celebrating. However, if you do, the family of the next graduate will not be able to hear the name of that student. So please hold your applause and celebration until all the names have been read. We sincerely appreciate your cooperation in this matter. So now I have to say, I've been doing this for several years now, and every year I ask this, and every year you guys don't listen to me. But normally we're in Millette, where the sound really echoes. We're in the stadium, so if you just keep it down to a dull roar, I'm sure we'll be okay today, okay? I can sense there's a lot of energy out there, so. Okay, so now it is with great pride that I present to you the graduates from the College of Arts and Science. To start us off, I would like to call to the podium Dr. Mike Crowder to present our master's degree recipients.
Thank you, Dean McRoth. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Graduate School, it is my honor to acknowledge the accomplishments of our students here today who have completed their programs of graduate study. Will all the candidates for a master's degree please stand? I have the pleasure to present the candidates for the master's degree. The master's degree requires a minimum of 30 credit hours of coursework and scholarly activities beyond the baccalaureate degree. These rigorous programs prepare our graduates to enter the workforce as advanced professionals or for further academic study. With the approval of the graduate faculty, each of these candidates has completed all of the requirements for his, her, or their degree, and I present them to you with pride. The marshals will now escort the candidates to the platform so that we may recognize their academic achievement and so that Dean McRoth and I can congratulate them.
Babajide Olalu Akintunde. Ranjit Chandra Das,
Yuri Klinkenberg,
Samuel Colt Van Vliet,
Brianna Lynn Menschel,
Amelia Rose Pittman,
Emma Caitlin Fry,
Catherine Ann Major,
Nicole Lynn Collins,
Reese Mackenzie Moore,
Sydney Elizabeth Mills,
Myung Jin Lee,
Andrew David Bissler,
Ying Zhang,
Madeline Suzanne Gordon,
Wen Pan,
Isabella Catherine Jackson,
William O. Ajapong,
Emily Noel Kane,
Jacob Allen Smith,
Kaylee M. Burnau,
Matthew D. Snyder,
Duncan Aiden Burke,
Mary Elizabeth Compton,
Kane Joseph Gormley,
Ian Thomas Dillard,
Celeste Mata,
Vivek Tikal, Lok Riaj Pant, Calvin Kiura Nyuki,
Now I also ask our three platform party students, Janie Camara, Henry Roach, and Aiden Johnson, to come forward and receive their diplomas.
Janie Aminata Kamara,
Henry Roach,
Aiden Rose Johnson,
Marshals, please now direct all of our undergraduate degree recipients to the stage so that we may honor their achievement.
Beth Ellen Johnson,
Matt Ellis Weaver Jr.,
Michaela LeRae,
Caitlin Wagenfield,
Carol Cecilia Fry,
Tess Von Hiemel,
Kayla Michelle Jones,
Hannah Elizabeth Williams,
Catherine Carlisle Davidson,
Emily K. Yoder,
Allison Marie Huntington,
Courtney Elizabeth Waters,
Morgan Elizabeth Higgins,
Anne Marie Michelle Thomas,
Emily Joanne Ebbing,
Yasmin Tadeyan,
Heather Hujar,
Grace Elizabeth Wells,
Joanna Claire Holern,
Elizabeth Ann Young,
Morgan Marie Hapner,
Elizabeth Kate Turns,
Grace Virginia Hamilton,
Jacob Joseph Winslow,
Anne Shields Green,
Chi Xing,
Avalon Tara Dasari,
Pucheng Wang,
William David Hack,
Skylar Aaron Wright,
Megan Aaron Higgins,
Cynthia J. Wong,
Connor Joseph Chalik,
Sampuda Girish Trivedi,
Jayla Maggie Harrison.
Jennifer Lynn Zemke.
Lauren N. Eisenhart.
Gunnar Tuttle.
Alexandra Naomi Dupes.
Kevin Edward Murray.
Andrew Hudson.
Kylie Ann Titer.
Jacob Ross David.
Madison Sierra Waugh.
Jacob Bart Hanna.
Cassandra N. Woodford.
Kaylee Nicole Holliday.
Audrey Helena Prophet.
Lauren Diane Frame.
Bennett Michael Wise.
Andrea Nicole Glover.
Christopher Anthony Vanell.
Rochi Guo.
Lauren Brooke Wiseman.
Gandari Gandari.
Aaron McHugh.
Owen Hosea Dean.
Quinn Lorraine Anderson.
Sydney Peyton Wheat.
Avery Byer Trend.
Kaylee Joy Gannon.
Nicholas Chad Williams.
Emily Hannah Alon.
Callie Ella Zifang.
Emily Elizabeth Jones.
Morgan Elizabeth Uvegas.
Michael Christopher Hill.
Lee Elizabeth Ziegler.
Edith Luvena Joseph.
Courtney Jane Wheeler.
Jack Grochowski.
Elora F. Wilkins.
Ayushman Day.
Daniel F. Wozniak.
Caleb Matthew Ginther.
Lauren Ashley Weaver.
Brandon Matthew Insel.
Ellie Jane Lanier.
Jonathan Harper Geist.
Mackenzie Rebecca Thaxton.
Carlin E. Hawley.
Reagan Catherine Waddell.
Yuatong Jung.
Gianna Marie Vulentic.
Megan Elizabeth Fitzgerald.
Jean-Lynn Wong.
Paige Haley Johnson.
Joseph Cooper Thiem.
Jessica Nicole Van Zastro.
Justin William Yater.
Anna Grace Elizabeth Jeed.
Jason Donald Gilliland.
Emma Elizabeth Bodie.
Madison Leanne Weaver.
Michaela Kathleen Fiore Roger.
John Matthew Strasser.
Sophia Elena Fernandez.
Megan Elizabeth Harris.
Nicole Lee Dorsey.
Isabella Marie Zarlango.
Charles Brogan.
Madeline Adele Wadsworth.
Lauren Elizabeth Elam.
Valerie Louise Thompson.
Violet Mary Gurdon.
Binta Amadou Torre.
Sarah Nicole Heath.
Kyle Donegan Tennant.
Jessica Paige Hertzfeld.
Anna Victoria McGregor.
Mackenzie Ann Fillion.
Jordan Hope Woodward.
Dalton Thurston Howell.
Ray Michael Morrow.
Andrew Ahmet Alum.
Mariana Gabriela Niekamp.
Susanna Joy De Silva.
Catherine Rose Tojo.
Michael Alexander Fleischer.
Alexa Nicole Young.
Elizabeth Janet Duffy.
Nicole Marie Van Gorp.
Olivia DeGennaro.
Hannah Sarah Winter.
Nicholas Anthony DeGennaro.
John Cortland Uffelman.
McKenna Lee Harbison.
Robert L. Potts III.
Logan Allen Fry.
Peter Willis Tice.
Deward Headley.
Samuel Christian Wiedemann.
Benjamin Finfrock.
Victoria Ward.
Zoe Grace Douglas.
William Robert Walter Wagner.
Nina Eileen Grotto.
Cosette Lucia Zupan.
Andrew Hagup Devedjan.
Julia Marie Langhouse.
Caitlin Renee Hunt.
Alexis Nicole Saudbrink.
Joshua P. Frimpong.
Jayla Mackenzie Young.
Benjamin Keith Edwards.
Brianna Faith Pinto.
Grace Carlos.
Chloe Joanna Viseral.
Samantha K. Durbin.
Shitzi Tian.
Dingding Wang.
Meredith Page Turner.
Sukaina D. Jata.
Thomas Gordon Andrews.
Ashlyn Eilis Dulaney.
Madison Christine Zadravik.
Georgina Gabrielle Dattilo.
Nicholas Lane Vanderreit.
Justine Alana Jackson.
Larissa Ann Ziegler.
Samantha Robin Ives.
Jake Robert Rakes.
Maladi Aurora Devi.
Cheng Da Zhao.
Janelle Nicole Demadio.
Ryuchi Zhang.
Shay Talia Kohlweiser.
Sydney Elizabeth Shupp.
Paige Noel Jerens.
Marissa Ann Muench.
Chandler William Harris.
Catherine Ellie Pierce.
Ryan Matthew Glauner.
Anne Elizabeth Nafziger.
Alessandra Costadina Derrick.
Sarah Jennifer Satterfield.
Catherine Sarah Anderson.
Sean Patrick Lorden.
Britta Jean Eldridge.
Kelly Ann McLaughlin.
Margaret Nordis Kennedy.
Alexis Taylor Straw.
Natalie Maury Fountain.
Gregory Austin Theobald.
Tate William Callahan.
Sarah Elizabeth Wojcik.
Cora Elizabeth Harder.
Sarah Constance Moss.
Ronald Jacob Tomer.
Antonio Cesario Bessie.
Alexander Hahn.
Casey Celine Siebler.
Leah Brian Busby.
Kyle Jacob Root.
Xavier Malik Henry.
Daniel Eugene Stapleton.
Ayana L. Green.
Matthew T. Lading.
Aaron Pierce Davidson Bay.
Kari Margaret Savoy.
Shannon Rose Donnelly.
Marissa Faye Sulik.
Lily Melinda O'Gordon.
Julianne Mary Zimmerman.
Grace Marie Cook.
Emma Margaret Murray.
Erin Elizabeth Malloy.
Morgan Michelle Ambrosia.
Gabriella Nicole Dini.
Benjamin James Raisiner.
Mitchell Clifton Canaday.
Elizabeth Anna Kroger.
Elizabeth Grace Hutchinson.
Annalise Monet Seabrook.
Hannah Nicole Israel.
Patrick Riley Newell.
Charles Anthony Dill III.
Madeline Elizabeth Lindley.
Hannah Marie Frizone.
Caitlin Mason Cassell.
Madeline Louise Woodward.
Cameron Reagan Rabatin.
Emily M. Hetrick.
Chloe Rose Meyer.
Madison Marie Hannapel.
Lindsay Marie Ty.
Jillian Everett.
Megan Ray Reimer.
Catherine Marie Giles.
Michael Donovan Ray.
Claire Ellis DiCuccio.
Xavier Isaac King.
Haley Elizabeth Faber.
Micah Jean Pransky.
Elizabeth Faith Davidson Harden.
Melina Ruane Sly.
Syria Golapudi.
Raghavi Neopani.
Catherine M. Griffiths.
Nicole Lanice Newsom.
Elizabeth Claire Henley.
Shane A. Simons.
Caroline Whitney Feldkamp.
Maxim Alexander Morocco.
Samantha Claire Houle.
Emily Francis McClary.
Addison Catherine Goidix.
Christina Lynn Nash.
Brandon Michael Druffner.
Margaret Kent Kolasvari.
Lauren Haley Jackson.
Elizabeth Gray Seisel.
Alyssa Stewart Gallagher.
Grace Taylor Steinkraus.
Emily Caroline DeTillo.
Emily Claire Rosado.
John Joliffe.
Sarah Ann Sherrick.
Grant Leopold Holmes.
Sarah Michelle Marshall.
Lindsay Danielle Fisher.
Melissa Isabel Shadrick.
Noah Joseph DeVilly.
Alexandra Blake Kyle.
Heather Caitlin Furby.
Sarah Marie Reitz.
Brandon William Holthouse.
Christina Marie Miley.
Bethany Lynn Daring.
Olivia Ann LaRue.
Caitlin Marie Dennison.
Shannon N. Kelly.
Caitlin Christine Denahan.
Jonathan Reese Lindsay.
Haley Michelle Finch.
Hannah Elizabeth Smith.
John Joseph Gallagher III.
Emma Lind Rauscher.
Alexandria Louise Evans.
Sarah Elizabeth Myers.
Darian Grace Fouts.
Brianna Lynn Smith.
Morgan Jill Geisheimer.
Molly Ray Lawrence.
Nicholas Contreras.
Madeline Elizabeth May.
Haley Joe Filson.
Cassidy Elizabeth Naypower.
Rebecca Lee Breen.
Mackenzie Page Smith.
Bobby Annette Hall.
Margaret Traverse Smurdell.
Devin Ann Bussell.
Catherine Mary Shallis.
Rebecca Lee Carr.
Zane Jacob Sexton.
Tessa Victoria Abbott.
Rachel Kramer.
Joshua Armstead Brown.
Brandon William Small.
Isabel Peyton Black.
Elise Marie Naples.
Catherine Grace Bukowski.
Logan James Sicker.
Erin Julia Belcher.
Cachet April Roberts.
Gabrielle Sandra Edelstein.
Brianna R. Owsley.
Emily Susan Crowell.
Mia Ime Lee.
Hannah Maureen Banas.
Megan Rokes.
Julia Kathleen Arwine.
Charles Leonard King III.
Brooke Nicole Bennington.
Oluwafermi Joy Motoni.
Lucas C. Adams.
Asia Monet Page Mack.
Haley Catherine Campbell.
Justin Mark Klatsky.
Dominic Anthony Bellaccio.
Sean Michael Patterson.
Alec Randall Ball.
Edward Andrew Patton.
Jacob Stephen Channon.
Jameson Page McKagan.
Sean Patrick Coyne.
Jacob Rappaport Lowe.
Nevin Stephen Coyne.
Alexandra Victoria Perez.
Amanda Marie Carty.
Madison Emma Massini.
Danielle Denise Bosma.
Bryn Francesca Latimer.
Lyndon Acer Bazeski.
Graham Douglas Liu.
Zoe Faith Becker.
Madeline Kate Myers.
Philip Anthony Copeland.
Jillian Nicole Stamets.
Taylor Shea Benson.
Grace Regina Thomas.
Lauren Michelle Blitzstein.
Camille Lawrence Klatt.
Elizabeth Grace Bodie.
Taylor Victoria Pursley.
Megan Mary Chunias.
Ellen Nicole Peters.
Leanne Marie Brzezinski.
Noelle Ray Ritchie.
Muskan Chander.
Milana Lysova.
Isaiah Coleman.
Jenna Nicole Meredith.
Sarah Renee Carrier.
Hannah Catherine Straub.
Andrew Michael Thompson Chase.
Megan Catherine Finn.
Ariana A. Chinoporis.
Audrey Shea King.
Charles Keith Allen.
Lily Elizabeth Jurgensen.
Regan Brenner.
Elizabeth O'Connor Gerwin.
Griffin Rocheford Baumel.
Grace Louise Dorr.
Emma Elizabeth Bliven.
Anna Panayuta Kaiser.
Bridget Angeline Bonani.
Catherine Sheeler Jones.
Tanner Michael Brarens.
Alexandra Nicole Gill.
LaShawn Marquise Huey.
Brandon Jackson Cootie Labrie.
Julian D. Huff.
Savannah Tate Matthews.
Cole Martin Cuneo.
Delaney Smith Kavanaugh.
Lauren Elizabeth Blomer.
Emma Kate Nolan.
Claire Matisse Algie.
Derek James Stamberger.
Rashika Batarai.
Federico Eduardo Quiros Jr.
Miranda Michelle Cash.
Lucas Noah Kaliza.
Victoria Chundi Ladu.
Andrew Tyler Peachman.
Joshua Gale Baldridge.
Elizabeth Helen Jacobois.
Calvin William Colby.
Brooke Allison Evans.
Elena Biondi.
Caroline Margaret Calcaterra.
Kendall Lee Armstrong.
Eleanor Lindley Bergbauer.
Sydney Hudson Ashcraft.
Max Harrison James Wetzel.
Robert Bruick.
Connor Michael Craddock.
Caitlin Yura Beck.
Caitlin Emma Reed.
Nicholas Andrew Carl.
Sarah Catherine Browner.
Justin Allen Becker.
Jack Bernard Zafransky.
Sebastian Edward Bosher Helbig.
Madison Page Rosero.
Kyle Graham Boglen.
Madeline Christina Sawyer.
Brooke Adeline Eckerly.
Hannah Rose Marini.
Jocelyn Renee Callahan.
Benjamin Douglas Merck.
Samantha Jane Conti.
Mallory Dawn Overberg.
Madeline Conroy.
Hunter Duncan Devereux.
Emma Scott Braden.
Steve Malork.
Alexandria Tatum Bone.
Faith Catherine Feetsum.
Lydia Faye Carter.
Lainey Quinn Flanagan.
Eunice Carmona Cardenas.
Audrey McGowan Hummel.
Leah Brewer.
Emily Megan Press.
Catherine Marilyn Coate.
Lady Grace Lundy Stahl.
Annika Janie Backlund.
Kirsten Nicole Roan.
Ellie Elaine Baumgartner.
Alex David Novitsky.
Hannah Eileen Anderson.
Yumeng Shen.
Julian Bouchard Arnold.
Dominic Francisco LeBron.
Devin Alexander Blank.
Tira Ann Soria.
David Abrams.
Lindsay Marie Knox.
Eric David Green.
Hannah Weeks Reams.
Gina Marie Cortino.
Kaylee Joe Owsley.
Natalie Leighton Brenner.
James Charles Krieber.
Claire Marie Burren.
Owen Penwell McLaughlin.
Jenna Kaylin Coral.
William Byron Porter Jr.
Caroline Webster Atlas.
Spencer Miles Roth.
Benjamin Cady.
Christopher Peter Maslaski.
Brady Allen Baker.
Jacob Jeremy Kruger.
Courtney Kane.
Sarah Elizabeth Roberts.
Maeve Squires Collins.
Zachary R. Slagle.
Teresa Aniev.
Hunter Scott.
Olivia M. Serta.
Connor Mullally.
Zachary Raymond Crow.
Samuel Thomas Sparks.
Rachel R. Kr.
Victoria Schwan.
Oliver Borchers Williams.
Amber Marie McCarnan.
Tatum Rose Castora.
Jenna Nicole Schwab.
Michaela Rue Donahoe.
Kalina Lynn Pendang.
Olivia Kate Sullivan.
Kyra Zug.
Catherine Marie Corbett.
Raquel Morgan Reindow.
Catherine Elizabeth Hughes.
Matthew Craig Merritt.
Samuel Joseph Bernard.
Michael John Seidonsticker.
Isabel Zoe Arbiter.
Amelia Catherine Morrow.
Caroline Baldwin.
Robert Frederick Knight.
Caitlin Marie Senta.
Terry David Little, Jr.
Victoria Clementine Crabtree.
Gabrielle F. Ortiz Sellerman.
Leora Ellie Bernard.
Simone Hannah Rackmill.
Ryan Cassidy Connolly.
Victoria Ashley Negron.
Stephanie Joan Colby.
Maria Rose Schlegel.
Josephine Marie Willette.
Quentin Robert Pace.
Caitlin Elizabeth Cood.
Jaden Isaiah Liu.
Chloe Elise Butler.
Jacob Montaigne O'Brien.
Juliana Nicole Botterini.
Bennett Joseph Neisswanger.
Victoria Julia Caro.
Anna Renfro.
Catherine Ann Berry.
Bethany Marie Cercion.
Matthew Jason Dominguez.
Catherine Lynn Stewart.
Kenneth Randall Cruz.
Leanna Devon Palmer.
Braden Allen Canfield.
Calissa Lynn Luecki.
Ethan Timothy Rude.
Matthew James Klingsbergs III. Jr. Sorry.
Anna
could
Claire
not-
Hartland
just junior.
Lackney.
Charles Patrick Sifke.
Delaney Ann Olds.
Devlin Robert Smith.
Lauren Ralph.
Amy Elizabeth Plocharzik. Chloe Ann Murdoch.
Danielle Susayan O.
Maya Stupika.
Miles Spicer McDowell.
Joshua James Socrates.
Lauren Nicole Kramer.
Deanna Petillon.
Lauren Kurtzer.
Raksha Katri.
Jerry Daniela Oraski.
Molly Ann Normandin.
Eleanor Catherine Powers.
Sydney Hope Marie Palmer.
Alexandra Namovsky.
Eric James LaBelle.
Haley Kidder Lynch.
Pamela K. Lewis.
Madeline K. Stranger.
Brianna Taylor Lenchodi.
Francesca Jacqueline Conga.
Jamie Bell Santarella.
Chong Lee.
Emily Anastasia Manassian.
Jitao Lai.
Claire C. Rink.
Kaya Ann Mernitz.
Carolyn R. Scully.
Brendan Barrett Lamb.
Trenton Hunter McKay.
Chase Hunter Restivo.
Caitlin Patricia King.
Elijah Alexander Turner.
Elizabeth Morgan Osborne.
Laura Cameron Wonky.
Molly J. Martin.
Megan Jean Swanek.
Ruth O. Stryker.
Samantha Elizabeth Schellenberg.
Megan Riley.
Michaela Gabrielle Murphy.
Kelly Fusaro Marcella.
Christiana A. Levis.
Jenna Elizabeth Messing.
Alyssa Grace Sherman.
Callie Ann Sarver.
Emma Marie McAllissick.
Gretchen Dale Kiefer.
Sophia Michelle Cullman.
Hannah Rice Montgomery.
Anna Catherine Minton.
Jessica Marie Nippa.
Deirdre Christine Sperry.
Tiger Lily Labello.
Robert William Morgan IV.
Catherine Ann Smith.
Sebastian Pratt.
Michaela Shanauer Mansfield.
Hannah Lee Pajerski.
Emily Elaine Smith.
Margaret Rose Roslick.
Alana Marie Martin.
Emma Isabel Melikar.
Nicholas Andrew Rogers.
Christina Marie Pulowski.
Abigail Mary Platiter.
Julia Silverstein.
Madison Marie Simmons.
Owen Herod Lewis.
Chris Phillips.
Nancy Christine Pellegrino.
Mahesh Kumar Sharma Indraganti.
I'm impressed. I can feel the energy just bubbling under the surface, but you all behaved yourselves quite well. We're going to wait until everyone takes their victory lap around the stadium here before we go to the next step. Not bad, an hour and a half, huh? Pretty good. All right, let's wrap this thing up. So, to our new Miami graduates, now is the moment you have all been waiting for. Please stand if you are able and remain standing. This is the official part. By virtue of the authority vested in Miami University by the state of Ohio, and with the approval of the faculty, the president, and the Board of Trustees of Miami University, I hereby confer the associate, bachelor's, and master's degree upon all those who have successfully completed the requirements. Graduates, please move your tassel from the right to the left and turn around and present yourselves with pride and enthusiasm to the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Miami University's newest alumni, the graduating class of 2020. Let's hear it again. All right, we're going to bring this home. Sit down. In a few minutes, we will play the alma mater, which can be found in the back of your program. Afterwards, the marshals will lead the platform party, the faculty, and the graduates from the stadium floor. During this time, I ask that the audience please remain seated until all have recessed. However, before we leave, I have the privilege of saying a few closing words, and I'm going to keep them short. When addressing you this evening, I knew there were a number of pithy quotes I could have used which would offer sound and worthwhile advice on how to navigate the road that lies in front of you. The fact is, and as this past year has so clearly shown all of us, none of us knows what life has in store. What I do know is that you, our graduates, have been given a wonderful opportunity, a gift. You have been privileged to receive an excellent education from a fine institution. So instead of giving you advice, I'm going to ask you to do three things, actually four. Consider this your final assignment from Miami. First, I ask you to remember to be grateful for the education you've received and use it wisely. Remember those who gave you this opportunity. Your parents, your family, however you define family, are here tonight celebrating your accomplishments with great pride. Try to remember that all of our accomplishments are in some part due to the support and nurturing of others. Remember to say thank you and really mean it. Second, I ask you to continue to learn and use your education to make a difference in the world. Always keep learning, stay curious, commit to your work, be a problem solver, work harder than those around you. Make a difference, have a positive impact. We are counting on you. Third, I ask you to remember us and keep in touch with the faculty and staff who have worked to provide a rich learning environment in which you could thrive and excel. We have worked hard to the best of our abilities to provide a wide range of impactful educational opportunities and help prepare you for long, successful careers and meaningful lives. Of course, what you do with it is up to each one of you. Congratulations, class of 2020, and good luck. And then the parting words I want to leave with you are the words I always would leave my children, and that is, have fun, but be smart. Because I can feel you're got that energy going. So I know you're gonna have fun, but be smart when you do it, okay? Will you please stand and join us in singing our alma mater?